Welcome everyone to another Warpless tournament. This time we have Darpey versus Skyehoppers. This is an elimination match. We have both of them have taken one loss already. Darpey has a personal best of 1917. Skyehoppers has a personal best of 2010. And the winner of this match will get the right to play Supersonic in the losers bracket round 4. So an elimination match. It looks like the runners are getting pretty close to starting, so we will definitely bring you an exciting match today. Two very good competitors. Darpey's road to this match in the first round, he beat Jeremy MKW 2-0. Then in the second round, lost to GT Ace, which put him down here in the losers bracket. Skyehoppers lost in the first round to the Call 2-0. But then in the second round of the losers bracket, so the first losers bracket games played, he lost to Nathan, or he beat Nathan Almighty 2-0 to advance to play Darpey. So it looks like the runners are getting readied up. Let's wish good luck to all the runners in chat. Let's send them our best wishes and good luck. I think this is going to be an exciting race. I do expect we'll see Darpey go with small fire strats. Not sure what Skyehoppers' strategy will be, but I think we're gonna find out very, very shortly by the end of World 1. So it looks like they are readied up and they are getting ready to go. And the race will be starting 3, 2, 1, and they're going to get going per live split. Now we just have to wait and see when the stream catches up. And it looks like they are off. Not quite sure if Darpey got the memo, if they're synced up, but Skyehoppers is going. Not quite sure if Darpey got going yet. I don't see that he's gotten going. So we'll have to see. Darpey just got going, so we'll have to just make a note that things are a little bit out of sync here, but that's okay. We'll be able to handle that, no problem. So it looks like they have paused Skyehoppers' feed, and we'll just go by their timers. It should be pretty accurate for each of them. Skyehoppers at a nice clean 1-2, and Darpey a nice clean, 1-1, and Darpey also a nice clean 1-1. And we'll get them synced up as we head into 1-2. So just getting synced up here. And we've got them going now. All synced up, ready to go. So we'll see if Darpey plays aggressive. He does go with fast strats in 1-2 so far. Skyehoppers picks up fire. Darpey takes the pipe jump safe. And Skyehoppers takes the top route in 1-2, a safer route than having to kill all of the piranha plants. I like that move there by Skyehoppers, a nice safe move. Darpey also takes it safe with the pipe jumps, and we'll head into 1-3 as Small Mario looking to pick up a power-up in 1-3. Skyehoppers will be able to progress straight through 1-3 without needing to power up, so he'll make up a little bit of time on Darpey. He lost some time, obviously, needing to power up twice. Skyehoppers did get a firework there, so if you do end with a 1, 3, or 6 on the timer, you will get a fireworks display with either 1, 3, or 6 fireworks respectively. Very nice grab for Darpey, by the way. He gets a 257 on the timer. 258 would be optimal for getting a power-up grab in this 1-3 level, but he got a 257. Only 1 frame rule lost, and we expect Darpey to go for the small fire glitch here in 1-4. He does a buffer jump, which he knows which frame rule he's on, so that buffer jump was intentional to get on the correct Bowser pattern, to get a nice fast Bowser pattern for this small fire glitch. But as I was saying, you get 1, 3, or 6 fireworks, and if you end up with a 1, 3, or 6 at the end of the timer there, the last digit of the timer. And Skyehoppers with a nice Bowser kill, 260 on the timer. Darpey does get the small fire glitch, no problem. So we're going to head into 1-4 with a nice neck-and-neck race so far. Darpey is going to need to grab 2 power-ups. So right now, he looks like Big Mario, but he's actually one hit and he would die. Now he grabs the power-up and is Small Mario, but it would take 2 power-ups to kill him. And there he grabs the Fire Flower. So now he is in the Small Fire Mario glitch state. So we'll see how they go through 2-1. Skyehoppers looking very good in this level. Gets a 345 on the timer, which is optimal for Big Fire Mario. And Darpey a 337. 340 and even 341 is technically possible, but 337 is a nice time for Darpey there in 2-1. They'll both head into 2-2. 2-2, one of the first levels where having the Small Mario fire is a benefit because the Big Mario is a double hitbox and the Small Mario is only a single hitbox. And there will be some tight corridors in this swimming section that makes it a little bit easier to get through with Small Fire Mario. So we'll have to see. And Skyehoppers does take a hit in the first tight corridor. Darpey gets through, and that's where you can see the advantage of having that smaller hitbox there with Small Fire Mario. And also Darpey gets a nice cheap kill from underneath because with Small Fire Mario, you see it kind of when you shoot a fireball, he pops into that big state just to shoot the fireball. So you can actually shoot enemies from underneath. So Sky completes the swim as Small Mario. We'll see if he grabs a power-up in 2-3. Darpey had to slow down in one of the tight sections as well. So he did lose some time in 2-2, about the same amount of time that Sky lost, but from losing that power-up, maybe just a bit more actually. But Sky will need to power back up, and so Darpey does have the advantage of not having lost his power-ups, even though he's a little bit behind at this stage. 2-3 is a cheap dash level. They have these flying cheeps, and the main thing is just run through the level and try to avoid them. Both runners successfully avoid all the cheeps, and they climb the stairs basically at the same time in this synced state here. So we'll see them head into 2-4 at the same time. Skyehoppers still does need to power up and get his Fire Flower back, and actually Sky gets 6 fireworks. So he did get a 6 on the timer there and got 6 fireworks. That will cost him a few seconds. So Darpey is not only ahead, but also has his Fire Flower in his Small Fire Mario state. Skyehoppers, no problem with the Fire Flower grab, gets good bars here, and ends up getting hit by Bowser's Fire. Darpey with a nice Bowser kill, a 261 on the timer. Skyehoppers is gonna, is gonna have to go underneath Bowser and touch the axe. And touching the axe will waste a few seconds because you have to wait for the bridge to collapse and then Bowser to fall into the lava. So it is faster to kill Bowser with fire, and you just touch the axe and go right on to the end of the level instead of waiting for that animation. 3-1 is an interesting level. Sky, you see, having a little bit of trouble picking up that first power-up. He finally gets it, but interesting level, 3-1, and Darpey makes nice work of 3-1. The hardest part of the level is that stair climb at the end with the turtles there. You have to kill the first turtle with fire and then either kill the second turtle with fire or jump over it if you want to do it perfectly fast. We see Sky picks up the second power-up in 3-1 as well as he heads over to the stairs. And he plays it a little bit safer, so instead of playing the fast stairs, smart decision there to play it safe. And we'll head into 3-2, about a half a level behind Darpey. Still anybody's race at this point. If Darpey takes one hit and has to repower back up, Skyehoppers will be right back in this. (3-2), one of the easier levels in the speedrun. Darpey did a good job in 3-2 with no issues. Skyehoppers now going through 3-2. We'll see if he goes for the Goomba despawn. He does not, but has no problem with the stair climb. Perfect 3-2 for Skyehoppers. Oh no, and Darpey must have pressed A frame early on that moving platform. Every top level runner will do that at some point. You'll see them just randomly fall off a platform. Usually it means they press the jump button a frame or two early. That's what I suspect happened to Darpey there. He probably pressed the jump button a frame or two early and takes a death in 3-3. That'll allow Skyehoppers to make up some time. Still behind, but Darpey will also need to power up, and he's no longer in his small fire state because of that death. This is regular Small Mario now for Darpey. Heading into 3-4, he will power up here. We'll see if he tries to go back for the small fire glitch or if he just decides to stay as normal Big Mario and Big Fire Mario. He does go for the glitch and gets it. So Darpey will have to power up twice more to become Small Fire Mario once again. And Skyehoppers touches the axe in 3-4, neck-and-neck race. This is anybody's race as we head into World 4. 4-1, the easiest level in the speedrun, according to most people. This is Darpey grabs his first power up there, no problem, avoids the spinies. That's really one of the tricky spots there, is avoiding the spinies. And we are now neck and neck. Darpey a little bit ahead, but still has to grab another power up. I think he'll grab it in 4-2. No, he decides to grab it here in 4-1. Shoots the spiny out of the way. We are essentially tied. Skyehoppers has a small lead, and Darpey finishes 4-1 a few seconds behind Skyehoppers, maybe only a couple seconds behind Skyehoppers. So anybody's race because of that death that Darpey took, and that's Warpless for you. These things can happen. One little, one frame early A press could lead to a death, and that's what we saw with Darpey. He pressed A frame early, and because of that was unable to make a jump. You can't jump while you're in midair, and it resulted in him falling off of the platform. Skyehoppers gonna take the bottom route in 4-2. Actually, I don't think he meant to take the bottom route, but ends up going to the top route. A little bit safer up there up top. You don't have all the enemies that you need to hit, but that allows Darpey to get ahead and reclaim the lead in this neck and neck back and forth race. Darpey does take the bottom route in 4-2. He's been running that bottom route for several weeks now and is very comfortable with the bottom route in 4-2. Heading into 4-3, in this level, if you do not slow down at all and play this level perfectly and jump from a certain spot on the last platform, you'll save an extra frame rule. We do see Darpey going for that. Looks like Skyehoppers also going for that, so we'll see if they both get it. Darpey does get it, and Skyehoppers also gets it. They both get the extra frame rule. Great job. Darpey gets the Sky Butt because he's Small Mario, and Skyehoppers get Sky Boots. That saves one extra frame rule by playing that level without slowing down and jumping from that specific spot on the last platform. If they could have played the level perfectly, but not jumped from the right spot on the platform and would have lost the frame rule. It's just a little bit of a sub-pixel funny business, I guess you could say. Another level where Small Mario comes into advantage is 4-4. You see Darpey gets to run underneath of the fire bar. Skyehoppers decide to play it safe and wait for the fire bar. Then also at the end, Skyhopper plays it safe and then jumps over over Bowser and touches the axe. So Skyhoppers loses a few seconds because we had to wait for the bridge animation and then Bowser to fall in the lava. That lets Darpey open up a few second lead, maybe a 5-second lead, and Skyhoppers takes a death into the pit in 5-1. At the same time, Darpey loses his Small Fire Mario, so now he is Big Mario, but one hit will kill him. So this is a vulnerable Big Mario. This is still anybody's race here. Darpey will head into 5-2. There will be a bullet bill that might fire at the beginning of this level. We'll see if Darpey plays it safe. He does. The bullet bill did fire, and Darpey does well to avoid it. He's going to grab the first power up here as Skyhoppers completes 5-1. Jumps past the bro. The bro actually jumped, which allowed Darpey to go underneath that hammer bro right there. And he will grab the extra power-up and return to Small Fire Mario as Skyhoppers enters 5-2. Very nice start to 5-2 for Skyhoppers. He did not get a bad build. We'll continue through 5-2. We'll see if he gets good bros. He does get nice bros here, and I suspect he'll get his big mushroom, mushroom to get Big Mario here, and he does. As Darpey makes his way on, Skyhoppers takes another hit going for these power-ups. And this is what we talk about in Warpless. It's about recovery. Darpey heads into 5-3, which is the same as 1-3, except you have all these bullet bills firing, which makes it a little bit tricky to try to avoid them. Darpey, a nice job avoiding the bills. No issues there. Another level where having Small Fire Mario can help instead of being Big Mario, just having a little bit more room to get past these bullet bills. Skyhoppers now heads into 5-3 as Big Mario. Does a little slide there to avoid a bill. He didn't actually need to do that slide. You see Darpey slow down in 5-4 to guarantee that he'll get good fire bars in this level. And Skyhoppers takes another death. Darpey does challenge the Potaboos here and takes a hit. Thought maybe he would play it safe, but he instead goes fast and then has to grab the axe after losing the power-up. He can't fire kill Bowser. Skyehoppers needs to be careful here. He just avoids the Bill and a Koopa and finishes level with a 6 on the timer, but hey, sometimes you just want to finish the level and get through it and have a chance to grab a power-up. We'll see if Skyehoppers powers up in 5-4. Darpey grabs a power-up in 6-1 to return to small Mario, but a small, Mario with a kind of a big state. He can afford to take damage here, and grabs the Fire Flower to get back into small Fire Mario, and gets a nice little Lakitu kill there as well. Well done by Darpey. Skyehoppers is playing a safe 5-4. He did grab the power-up, safely navigates the end of the level and touches the axe at a 249, about one stage behind Darpey. Darpey did get 3 fireworks in 6-1 because of the power-up grabs, but not a huge issue there for Darpey. Heading into 6-2, a lot of piranha plants you have to kill here, and Darpey making nice work of these piranha plants. And this is a level where you do have to slow down to avoid a 3 on the timer, so you will see Darpey intentionally slow down, and then he does take a hit, so he loses Fire Flower again. And Skyhopper, in the meantime, tries to grab Fire Flower, does so, needs to avoid these Spinies here, does, and gets through, and avoids Lakitu and the Spinies, and will complete 6-1. Another 6 on the timer for Skyhoppers, 6 more fireworks, which will allow Darpey to open up a bit more of a lead. Darpey playing 6-3 safe. He's going to grab a power-up here, and he grabs it and jumps on that block there. It is a tough power-up to get in 6-3, but it is one worth getting if you're Big Mario, because Big Vulnerable Mario, you could take a death to one of these bullet bills if you get a bad, untimely bullet bill in 6-3. So we look at Skyhoppers over here in 6-2, going through the Piranha Plant level. So far hasn't taken a hit. Very nice job. He will need to slow down to avoid a 3 on the time. Also navigate the tricky section at the end. I think he had to slow down earlier as well to grab a Fire Flower, or to just be safe earlier in the level. So no fireworks for Sky. Good job in 6-2. Darpey, small Mario in 6-4, runs right through the level, no problem. Touches the axe, and we'll head into World 7. We'll see if Darpey grabs a Fire Flower in 7-1. Skyhoppers making his way to the end of 6-3. Great job avoiding all the bills and getting past all these gaps. Nice platforming by Skyhoppers. Darpey, oh my goodness, grabs the shroom but then takes a hit. He is Big Vulnerable Mario and has to do it with the bros and gets hit in 7-1 and takes a death. This will give Sky a chance to catch back up. Now Darpey is regular small Mario. He will grab the power up here. Does a buffer jump and just avoids the bill. That's why you want to do that buffer jump, to have a chance on landing on the cannon instead of being in the way of the bill. Gets more bad bros in 7-1. Decides to play him safe and try not to lose his power up. Does a good job dancing with those bros after a bit of a delay and gets through as Skyhoppers now heads into World 7. Darpey facing more bad bros, so a bit of bad luck there for Darpey. A lot of bullet bills as well. He's having trouble springing up to get the Fire Flower. He finally gets the Fire Flower. As Sky catches all the way back up, we have another neck-and-neck race. Skyhoppers just a couple seconds behind Darpey. Anybody's race as we head to 7-2. They're both Big Fire Mario. What a race we have going on here. Tough 7-1 for Darpey with the death and then the really bad Hammer Bro patterns. Not much to say about that. Some very bad Hammer Bros that he had to wait on. He maybe could have damage boosted through one of the set of Hammer Bros, but I think he wanted to not lose that power-up status. Darpey having some issues in 7-2 as well. He gets stuck a little bit there on one of the ledges, and that allows Sky to catch up. They are neck and neck. This is a tied race, folks. We are tied in 7-2. Darpey playing it a little bit safe. doing some left rights, which is the correct thing to do if you think you're going to get hit. Make sure the main thing is to not lose your power up. This is still anybody's race. You do not want to lose your power up. They both avoid they both avoid getting a bad blooper, so good bloopers there. And Skyehoppers, a small lead over Darpey heading into 7-3. Anybody's race. This is amazing. It looks like just a couple frame rules difference as we head into 7-3. We do see they have different cheat patterns, so they are on different frame rules for sure. And because Darpey had a delay getting started, we will need to go by their times most likely to determine if who wins this race if we do end up with a very, very close race at the end of 8-4. They both head into 7-4. This is the second of our 2 maze levels. The first maze level was 4-4. The second maze level here in 7-4, you first need to get past this platform section here with a potaboo. Do a duck to avoid hitting your head there. Then go bottom, middle, top. And then you go top here. And then into the middle. This is a little bit tricky as Big Mario to do. And they both struggle a little bit. We'll see if either of them loops it. I don't think either will create a loop. And they both get through the maze. Skyehoppers maintains his small lead over Darpey, but they are just a couple of frame rules apart. This is amazing. This is amazing. What a race we have between Darpey and Skyehoppers heading into the final world of the run, 8-1. They both have 2 lives. So, I mean, this is neck and neck. This is unbelievable, folks. Who you're rooting for in chat. Let's support these runners as they head into World 8. What a race we have going on here. We'll see if either of them... Okay, so Skyehoppers missed the star block, so he will guarantee at least bad judges in this level. Darpey did hit the star block, so if he plays the level to a 200 perfectly with no left taps, he will gain 1 frame rule on Skyehoppers. Skyehoppers gets a 200, Darpey gets a 200. Darpey will gain 1 frame rule. Darpey will gain 1 frame rule because Skyehoppers missed the star block. Darpey did hit the star block, so Darpey gets what we call good judges. Skyehoppers gets bad judges. 8-2 stairs, Darpey retakes the lead on the 8-2 stairs. Skyehoppers either played it safe or had a little bit of trouble. I'm not quite sure which it was without, being in his mind there. Whereas Darpey takes the fast stairs and does a nice fast section there in 8-2, as does Skyehoppers. They both slow down on the stair section. Skyehoppers a little extra slow down. And Darpey takes a couple second lead heading into 8-3. This could come down to the wall jump in 8-4. This could come down to who doesn't get hit in 8-4 in the swim. Oh my goodness, what a race we have going on here. 8-3, it's just about shooting these Hammer Brothers and avoiding their hammers, and there's also one bad Hammer Bro pattern that you need to be careful of in this level. We'll see if either of them gets that Troll Hammer Bro. So far, Darpey has not gotten it. He gets all good bros there. Skyehoppers, all good bros. And they both play a really nice 8-3. Skyehoppers will lose 1 frame rule because he did have to hit the bottom of the flagpole there. I think Darpey hit the top. So Darpey takes a few second lead. It looks like a 3.5 second lead, maybe 10 frame rule lead over Skyehoppers into 8-4. Darpey a little trouble getting down the pipe. That'll allow Skyehoppers to make up some time. This is neck and neck. It will come down to the wall jump. Darpey nails the wall jump. Skyehoppers nails the wall jump. Now it will come down to, does anybody get hit? How do they navigate the swim? Darpey gets a little bit of a cheap there, but he's okay. So you see Darpey duck there in the water section. That's to reduce his hitbox size. Very good swim by Darpey. Very good swim by Skyehoppers. Oh, and Skyehoppers has to avoid a bad bar there at the end. Darpey gets hit by the Hammer Bro. He should be fine, though. Oh, he waits on Bowser. Hits the axe at a 22. Skyehoppers at a 24. They were less than 2 seconds apart. A 1.5 second difference. What a race. GG to both runners. Darpey does barely take the first race per their timers. I think that's pretty accurate. A 1.5 second difference shouldn't be too big of a question. But I mean, That is 1.4 seconds. That is literally a 4-frame rule difference there in the end. So it looks like Darpey does take the win. GG to both our runners. What a race. What a race. That might be the race of the tournament so far. Incredible by both of these runners. 21-22 and a 21-24. Both never gave up, and unbelievable. So we will go into a second race with Darpey, a 1-0 lead. Just an incredible race. I haven't seen anything like that in a few Warpless tournament or a few Warpless races. There have been a couple of close calls, but that's been the closest one for a while. Great job to both runners. So hopefully we'll get these timing issues sorted out for the second race. We did have a little bit of issue with the first one where Darpey started. It looked like almost 30 seconds later than Skyehoppers. So hopefully we'll get that sorted out in SRL. I think everything will be all right though. Man, we're gonna have to talk to these runners after the race about this incredible first race. Holy cow. Yeah, it looked like they were about 4 frame rules apart. So I'm just typing in chat here with these guys and confirming that did win. I'm quite positive of that. 1.4 seconds is a large difference to make up. You'd need, about 0.7 seconds error on each player's live split to not be sure about it. We can go back and check, but I'm quite sure that Darpey did win that first race. But that was incredible, folks. I hope we see another race like that. But holy cow.
GG.
All right, just talking in chat here. I do think we probably will need to retime these runs. That was an incredible race, but maybe we'll get somebody like Rupert to retime the run, or we can check the VOD. Obviously, we are going to have a second race here, but the question is, will we need a third race? And that's the big question on our minds. We will need a retime, so we will have to check the VOD at some point. So Mr. Dino is going to check the VOD real quick before we move on to the next race. So I guess we'll have a little bit of a break here, but man, what an incredible run. What an incredible race by both of these runners. So just a quick update here. We are retiming, and it looks like Skyehoppers was about 1.4 seconds when he gained control. 1.42 seconds when he gained control of Mario. So we actually need to subtract 1.42 off Skyehoppers' time. Also, it looks like Darpey was about 0.4 when he gained control. So this is still something we need to retime. All right, we have retimed based off of live split timers, and it does look like Darpey wins by about 0.5 seconds. About 0.5 seconds for Darpey. So incredible race. Darpey will take race 1 by 0.5 seconds. Sorry for the delay there, everyone, but we really had to retime that just to make sure we knew what was going on there. But an incredible first race, 0.5 seconds apart. That is like 1.5 frame rules. That was an unbelievable race. Unbelievable race. Get your GGs out for these runners. Get your GGs out for these runners one more time. 5-second difference at the end when we retimed those runs. Unbelievable race. 0.5 seconds. Hopefully they can create another race that some exciting drama right there. So we're all in agreement that that this race was to Darpey by 0.5 seconds. They're going to create so I will hop into the new SRL room with these guys because obviously we want to make sure that not only race started right and everything like that, but if we need to talk to these runners, need to be in there as well. Incredible first race. Just an incredible first race. So it looks like we're waiting on these runners to join the new SRL room. The second race will take a little bit of time to get set up. Thanks for sticking with us, everybody in chat. Wow. Stick around for these next couple races as well, because I think you're gonna see another very fine second race. We'll see if either of these runners employ different strategies in the second event here, in the second of the best of 3. Will Darpey take it safer? Will Skyehoppers be more aggressive now that he's down 0? Or will they use the same strategies? Well, that'll remain to be seen. Will either of these runners take damage? How will they recover from damage? It's all about recovery from damage in these Warpless runs. If you do take damage, you've got to recover as quick as cleanly as possible, especially cleanly. You don't want to just grab a power-up only to lose it a second or two later. So not only is it about speedy recovery, but also clean recovery. They're getting ready. They're in the room for the second race, and it looks like they are readying up, and we should be starting with the second run here in any minute. But wow, what an incredible run we had in the first race, and hopefully we see something like that in the second race. All right, they're readying up, and we are about to head into race number 2. Darpey versus Skyehoppers. Hopefully we get some starts on time this time. We don't have to do as much retiming, but I would love to retime again because that just means that we have another tight race. So they're readying up. They're going, waiting for the stream to catch up. So they're going in SRL, just waiting for it to catch up to the live stream. Maybe because of the delay, I think we might have a 30-second delay from the first race. I'm not quite sure of that, but it said go in live in SRL. So just waiting for the live stream to catch up here. All right, it looks like they are going now. And they both start pretty close. Sky with another little bit of a delay on his start. Darpey looked like he was pretty close to 0.0, but hopefully we won't. Same strategies as before. Sky powers up in 1-1. Darpey will probably do Small Fire Mario like normal. And Darpey with a 369. I didn't see if it was a high enough 369. Skyehoppers will get with a 364. You'd like a 365 if you're going big Mario. We'll see if Darpey loses the frame rule. We can tell from the coin. He did lose the 1-1 frame rule, but so he got a lower 379 in the underground. As they head into 1-2, we'll see if Darpey plays it safe or if he plays it risky. Last time he did play the Koopa Goomba jump risky. This time he goes safe strategy, kicks the Koopa shell as Skyehoppers powers up. Does a safe Goomba there as well. And safe pipe jumps. He doesn't do the pipe jumps, plays a safe strategy there. So Darpey with a safe 1-2. Skyehoppers electing to take the top route in 1-2 like he did in the first race as well. And Darpey, a 345 at the end of 1-2. Skyehoppers will get a 341, 4 frame rules apart, but that's partly because Skyehoppers had to power up. Darpey heads into 1-3 where he'll grab his first power up. It will be a mushroom. We'll see what he gets. A optimal would be an 8 at the end of this level. He does safe mushroom grab as well. So the best he can end up with is a 5 on the timer instead of an 8 on the timer, which will cost him at 3 frame rules from optimal. But he does indeed get a 255 on the timer. It was not a first frame 255, so he won't save 1 frame rule, but he will go 3 frame rules from optimal. Skyhopper straight through 1-3 with no issues. And neck and neck race as Darpey heads into 1-4, looking to get the Small Fire Mario glitch. Skyhopper, of course, will try to go for a Bowser fire kill. No problem through the bars there for Darpey. No problem for Skyhoppers. Darpey with a slow Bowser. That will cost a little bit of time. Skyhoppers, takes a hit to Bowser. So he will have to hit the axe and lose a few seconds from the power-up loss, lose a few seconds from the bridge collapsing and Bowser falling into the lava animation. So that will give Darpey the advantage. They both will need to grab power-ups, but Darpey will have the advantage going forward as they power up. Skyhopper's not actually powering up at the beginning of 2-1, just charging through the level. Darpey grabs his power-ups. We'll see what he ends up with at the end of 2-1 on the timer. Hits the spring and gets a 338. We saw 11, so a little bit better than last time. Skyhopper 6 on the timer. We saw him do that a few times in the first race. We'll get 6 fireworks in 2-1, and Darpey will build up a several second lead. Looks like about a 5-second lead for Darpey as we head into the 2-2 swim. Both runners are small Mario, but of course Darpey has fire, so he has a little bit of an advantage in shooting the bad guys out of the way, shooting the enemies out of the way. You see him shoot one of the bloopers there, shoots a cheap, whereas Skyehoppers has to play a little bit safer, has a bunk in the first tight section, which will cost him some time. Heading into one of the final tight sections, Darpey no issues, gets past the coral no problem in a 3:15 swim. Very nice for Darpey. 3:16 is optimal, 3:15 still very good. Skyehoppers with a 3:14 swim. A nice swim as well, but it does lose another approximately 1 frame rule to Darpey. Into the cheap dash in 2-3, I think Skyehoppers will probably try to power up here. The last time he tried 2-3, he did end up getting 6 fireworks, so he needs to be cognizant of that once again, of not getting 6 fireworks. That is a common time that you can get from the power-up in 2-3. So if he runs through the level perfectly fast, grabbing the power-up the way he did, he will get a 6 on the timer, so he will need to be aware of that or slow down to avoid a 6 on the timer. Darpey having no issues in 2-3. Skyehoppers actually does what we call stair boss a little bit, but that's actually not such a bad thing. He did have to lose 1 in-game second anyway, so it cost him 2 in-game seconds, so it only really cost him about 1 frame rule. So the stair boss, not a huge issue there for Skyehoppers. He grabs his power up in 2-4, just like last time. Darpey, a nice fire kill on Bowser, but has a little bit of grabbing the axe. Could have gotten a 261 on the timer, gets a 260 instead. Skyehoppers, nice fire kill on Bowser, 256, so loses a little bit more time to Darpey. Power up in 2-4. They head into 3-1. Darpey will have a near a 10-second lead as we head into 3-1. Darpey with a nice double bro kill there in 3-1. Just a little bit of swag, not necessarily needed. As he goes to the stairs, just gets over that last Koopa and finishes with the optimal 347 on the timer. Skyehoppers come into the stair section as well. Bops the first Koopa, jumps over the second, and gets 345. Very nice. It's going to lose 2, maybe 3 frame rules, depending on if it's a low 5 by hitting the bottom of the flagpole there. Well, middle, but it'll act like it's the bottom. So either 2 or 3 frame rules lost versus Darpey. Darpey, a little bit of a hiccup there in 3-2. So that could be some time that Skyehoppers gets to make up. We'll see if that gives Darpey 3 fireworks. He does only get a 4 on the timer, so no 3 fireworks. It probably only lost him 1 frame rule, that little tiny slowdown that he had in 3-2. Skyehoppers, no issues at all whatsoever. Will gain 1 frame rule on Darpey, but Darpey's still close to a 10-second lead heading to 3-3. This is where Darpey lost his first life last time. So we'll see if he has any issues with the platforms. He actually avoids... No, that's the platform he lost his life on. No issues this time. And heads into 3-4 with all of his lives. And all of his power-ups. Skyehoppers, also no issues in 3-3. 3-3 is one of the easier levels, but like I said, you can occasionally press a frame early, especially on some of these platform jumps. It's happened to me, it's happened to many, probably almost all of the top speedrunners. Darpey challenging the Potaboos and just gets through under the last 2, barely. His head maybe singeing the Potaboos a little bit, but doesn't take damage. Very nice 3-4 from Darpey. Skyehoppers plays a safer 3-4, so I'm sure Darpey had his spreadsheet out, which told him exactly what those Potaboos would do in 3-4. Great fast 3-4 from Darpey. Nice 3-4 from Sky as well, playing it safe, a 254 on the timer, but that will lose some more time to Darpey. At this point, still anybody's race though. 1 hit can change the whole complexion of this race. 4-1, pretty trivial level for both of these runners. I don't expect to see any mistakes. Maybe a mistake on the stairs, but I think both runners will be fine. Darpey, no issues. Sky coming up to the stairs, no issues as well. Great job in 4-1 for both of our runners. As they head into 4-2, Darpey entering 4-2, kind of as Sky going into the castle in 4-1. Darpey will go the bottom route once again. And Sky probably will go the top route once again. We'll see. We saw Sky have to smash his head up into the bricks to get to the top. I don't know if that was on purpose, if that's the route he takes, or if it was just an issue of getting to the top. I think, yeah, he looked like he was trying to get to the top there. So this is his backup strategy if he doesn't get to the top at the beginning of the level, is just smash his head on the bricks and get to the top. So Sky does make it to the top. Darpey clean on the bottom in 4-2, and they will both head into 4-3 with both of their power-ups, both the mushroom and the fire power-ups. So they're both still in fire state. See if they get Sky Boots and or Sky Butt in this level. Darpey takes a bunk, so he will lose 1 frame rule there. But I suspect it was a pretty quick bunk, so I think it's basically just going to be the equivalent of not getting Sky Boots. As Sky starts 4-3, he does have a little bit of a slowdown, so he also will not get the optimal frame rule in 4-3. So neither of these runners grabbing the optimal 4-3. Darpey heads into 4-4. This is another level, like I said, a maze level, and it's also a level where small Mario, has an advantage. You see Darpey about to run under this fire bar. You do not have to slow down there. You will have to duck or slow down as Big Mario. And Darpey with a 3:47 on the timer, a nice time for that level in 4-4. And here you'll see Sky, he will have to duck or play the fire bar safe. He plays it safe. Very, very good race strategy there. And we saw him do this strategy in 4-4 last time as well, but this time hitting the axe, he does shoot Bowser. But does a 3:43 versus Darpey's 3:47, so loses about another second and a half to Darpey. So Darpey probably with a double-digit second lead now. He hits the flagpole in 5-1 at a 9:56. We'll have to see what Skyehoppers hits. Remember, Skyehoppers did start about 1.5 seconds late on the timer, so we will need to subtract that if it does end up being like the first race. Darpey, a safe start to 5-2. Skyehoppers, a 14 on the timer, so it's really about a 12 on the timer because he started about 1.5 seconds late. So it looks like Darpey has about a 15 to maybe 17 second lead in that neighborhood. Darpey with a little slowdown in 5-2 there. I think he's trying to avoid a 3 on the timer, I should say, and he does avoid the 3. He gets a 2 on the timer. So optimal would be a 7 on the timer there. He got a 2, so he loses 5 frame rules to optimal. Skyehoppers, no problems here in 5-2. Very nice. We'll see what he gets on the timer. He gets a 4, so we'll gain a couple frame rules on Darpey, as Darpey is in 5-3, hoping to avoid the bad bills. He avoids all the bills so far and has no problems in 5-3. Very nice 5-3 from Darpey. We know World 5 is the world that can create havoc. It can make or break a Warpless race very often. Both of these runners so far, though, not having any issues in 5-3. I really don't want to be the curse of the commentator when I say that. And thankfully, Skyehoppers gets through at the end of 5-3. Nicely done. Darpey plays it safe in 5-4 this time. Oh, just avoids a Bowser fire there. Nice. Darpey, 2:54 on the timer. Just barely avoids a Bowser fire there. Skyehoppers does get a bad bar in 5-4 and another bad bar, which he takes a hit to. So he does not use the what we call the Roy L. Good Bars strategy, which was invented by Roy L. Gamer. And is a strategy where you'll guarantee good bars in 5-4. Doesn't use that strategy and ends up taking a hit. The Roy L. Good Bars is a very nice strategy for races because it only costs a couple frame rules, but it ensures you get very good fire bars. So Skyehoppers, as a result, will need to power up in 6-1 and takes a death in the process of powering up. This will really set him back. Darpey in a strong position now, but one hit can change the complexion of this race, could bring Skyehoppers right back into it if Darpey takes either an untimely hit or an untimely death. Darpey, so far, very nice through 6-2. Does a little slowdown there. This, again, is a level where you do need to slow down to avoid a 3 on the timer. Avoids the spot where he got hit last time, does the slowdown, and ends up with a 2 on the timer. Very nicely done, 6-2 by Darpey. Skyehoppers grabs his power-ups in 6-1 this time without any problems and finishes the level with a 3:31 on the timer, but he's essentially a full level behind Darpey now. So Darpey in a I would say, comfortable but not commanding position. Anything can happen. One untimely death will bring by Darpey will bring Skyehoppers right back in this race. So Darpey just needs to keep it clean, and he'll be in a good position. Perfect 6-3 from Darpey, a 2:55 on the timer. Again, 6-3, another level where you need to slow down at some point to avoid a 6 on the timer. Darpey gets the 5 on the timer, which is what you want to see. Great 6-3 from Darpey. He goes underneath the first Potaboo in 6-4, does a little slowdown to ensure he'll get good bars in the rest of 6-4, and Darpey should be okay through 6-4 with the Bowser kill here. Shoots off a couple early fireballs, will need to shoot 4 more, gets a little bit of lag. 6-4 and 7-4, you will see sometimes some lag in the game because there are too many sprites on the screen. So this is one spot where the runners can deviate by more than increments of 21 frames because of the lag. So you see Darpey got a little bit of lag because the Bowser had so many hammers. There was a Potaboo on the screen. There was Mario on the screen. There were some fireballs that Darpey was shooting. And the game just isn't able to process all of that information that quickly. So it creates some lag in the game. Oh, and Skyehoppers avoids the Potaboos and the firebar at the beginning of 4, but does get a bad firebar there in the corridor. But makes his way through without hitting the firebars, so that's good. You definitely don't want to get hit at this point if you're Skyehoppers. You're really hoping on Darpey having some issues, but Darpey comfortably through 7-1. I did see Darpey didn't quite get the optimal frame rule in 7-1, but still a very nice 7-1 for Darpey as he heads into 7-2. 7-2, a rehash of 2-2, except more bloopers, more fish. Little bit tougher. You see Darpey with a left tap there. He won't get the optimal frame rule from that left tap, but that's better than getting hit for sure. Lose 1 frame rule instead of getting hit. We'll see if Darpey gets a bad blooper here at the end. He does get a bad blooper, and he shoots it out of the way, but it does cost him a few frame rules. As Skyehoppers powers up in 7-1, it looked like he took a hit there early in the level. So then he had to power back up, takes another hit in 7-1, but he will make it through. He is going to grab the mushroom for 7-2. Different strategies for different people. I prefer not to have the mushroom going into 7-2. Some people do like it for comfort. It's just an extra hit you can take. But at this stage, it really comes down to what does Darpey do. And Darpey takes a hit to a cheap there, a bad cheap for Darpey that he isn't able to avoid. And he does take a hit. He is big, vulnerable Mario at this point. He was small fire Mario. That hit makes him big Mario, except he is vulnerable to any hit at this point. If he takes a hit, he will die. So Darpey, because he did the small fire Mario, is now big, vulnerable Mario as he heads into 7-4, another one of our maze levels. Skyehoppers is regular big Mario, so he can afford to take a hit, still not die. But Darpey having a little bit of issues in the maze section. We'll see if it resets the maze. He might be okay. Looks like Darpey is fine through the maze. Did have to slow down. Also, Skyehoppers had to slow down in 7-2. But Darpey hitting the axe in 7-4. That will cost a little bit of time versus not hitting the axe. But of course, at this point, he's not too worried about that. He's just trying to survive. But he is big, vulnerable Mario in 8-1. There are no power-ups in 8-1. I expect him to play a safe 8-1, not do any pipe jumps. You see right here, he doesn't do a pipe jump in that first one where people would normally do it for any percent. Doesn't do the second pipe jump. So definitely taking the safe strategies, which is the smart move at this point. When you have a lead and also when you're just in this big, vulnerable Mario state, that is the correct move by Darpey. Skyehoppers does collect the power-up in 7-3 and gets an 8 on the timer. Very nice power-up grab from Skyehoppers instead of getting that 6 on the timer. And will have fire in 7-4, so he could fire kill Bowser if he doesn't take damage. But he does take damage at 7-4. Curse of the commentator right there. We knew it would happen at some point that I would curse one of these runners, and Skyehoppers does take a hit in 7-4, but cleanly through the maze. We saw Darpey get 3 fireworks. He got a 193 on the timer at the end of 8-1. Very nice at the beginning of 8-2, but again, he's in this big vulnerable state. We'll see if he grabs the power up here. He does. So now he's small Mario, but can afford to take 1 hit as small Mario here. Plays some safe strategies. Oh, and he gets hit by one of the Koopas. He didn't quite read them correctly. And we'll probably... Oh, no! He takes a death to the Koopa on the stairs, and we'll go back to the beginning of 8-2. That slightly opens the door for Skyehoppers. Still a pretty big difference, though, between the two runners. But Darpey cannot afford to take another death. Otherwise, this will be anybody's race. Darpey taking 7-2, not powering up. Or, sorry, 8-2 and not powering up. Does the Koopa despawn here? Oh, and Skyehoppers takes a death to the Buzzy Beetle in 8-1. He could not afford that with Darpey having such a lead, and Darpey possibly giving Skyehoppers a chance to come back in. You see Darpey go for Bullet Bill glitch. I think he gets coin toss. It looked like a nice jump off the pillar, so I'm pretty sure that was a coin toss for Darpey on that Bullet Bill glitch there as he heads into 8-3. But it is not the most comfortable position. These Hammer Bros can troll you. You could miss maybe a double kill. I suspect he will try to grab a mushroom here, but definitely can't be comfortable at this point. Does a nice double kill on the Hammer Bros and grabs that. Doesn't grab the mushroom, misses it, and will continue through the level as Small Mario. Will he go for the second? Oh no! Darpey takes a death in 8-3. He has 2 lives left, so he's still okay as far as not gaming over, but... this level is super tough if you don't grab that mushroom and you get a bad bro. He will kill these Hammer Bros and try to grab the mushroom once again. Gets it the second time and gets the buffer jump. So the buffer jump allows you to do an extra jump when you grab a power-up. And Darpey in a pretty comfortable position now. And right as I say that, he's hit by a Hammer Bro. Hopefully no bad bros here at the end. He doesn't get any bad bros, and he gets... to 8-4 as Skyehoppers takes a death in 8-2. Untimely death for Skyehoppers, but if Darpey has some issues, maybe with a bad Cheep or a bad Potaboo or a bad Bowser, or maybe he gets hit by a fire bar, this still could... And Darpey actually jumps in one of the spots that he couldn't afford to jump in and gets a Goomba sandwich. This is exactly what I'm talking about, folks. The race is not over until it is over. So Darpey really cannot afford a bad Potaboo or a bad Cheep at this point. He really hopes to hit this wall jump here. He does. Wait, he doesn't have to deal with those bouncing Koopas. So Darpey in the turnaround room. No bad Cheeps there. I suspect he'll play this very safe. Skyehoppers does grab a power-up in 8-3 and gets the buffer jump. Very nicely done. Darpey with a super safe swim. That is the right move at this point. If you have your opponent's stream open and you can see where they are, play it as safe as possible. Darpey with a pipe bonk there, just avoids a Potaboo. Oh my goodness, and ends with a 21-04. That could have been fatal for Darpey. That could have been a game over. But Darpey takes the win, 2-0. My goodness, you guys. Great job to both of these runners. Skyhoppers only a level behind. This is exactly what I'm talking about, folks. Unbelievable race by both of these runners, but holy cow. that was very close for Darpey. Right there at the end of that last Potaboo. That got my heart racing for sure. I'm not sure if you guys in chat there, yeah. Holy moly, my goodness. Wow, that was breathtaking. Make sure you guys stick around. We're going to get some interviews from these runners, I'm sure. We really need to talk to both of these runners because this has been an incredible race by both runners. We see Skyhoppers finishing up here in 8-4. Does the duck there to make the Small Mario hitbox, even though he's Big Mario. Beautifully ducks underneath the fire bar. Takes that top route once again, which maybe cost him in the first race because of that bad fire bar. No problems here. We'll finish with a nice time on the timer at 22:02 for Skyhoppers. Great job. I was a little bit behind there. I accidentally paused for a minute. So let's get these guys in chat. And we have Skyhoppers here in chat. Sky, great job in both races. You were neck and neck with Darpey in race 1, only about a level behind in race 2. First of all, what were your thoughts at the end of the first race with Darpey?
Well, I thought I'd won for sure because he didn't update his time in the SRL. So I thought I'd won. I was really nervous in the end. Actually, same for the second race. Yeah, no, I'm really happy with how I played. A lot better than my first two matches. So I'm content with that.
Yeah, you played incredibly well. Neck and neck with one of the top Warpless speedrunners in the world for the first race there, and really for most of the second race. I saw a couple spots there where you got 6 fireworks, and then maybe that could have been a little bit of the difference there.
Yeah, I always forget to look.
Yeah, definitely.
If I make a mistake that I'd normally like reset for, I never like pay attention to the timer. But
right. But you played fantastic. I don't think in that first race you took but maybe 1 death that whole time. And
I think it was 2. Yeah,
2, but a couple of power-up losses, but you got them back really quickly and put up a really nice time. It was just over a 21, right? So great job on both races. Let's flip it over to Darpey here. Before we dive into the second race, of course, Darpey, let's talk about that first race. Neck and neck with Skyehoppers. What were you thinking, going into 8-4 and as you hit the axe as well?
Yeah. Is my mic working okay?
Yep, working good.
So at the beginning, I died. That's the first time I've ever reset up small fire. That was kind of fun. I'm glad it worked out, I guess. But yeah, I was watching Skyehoppers stream. I was the whole time, and I saw, which was true at the time, but I thought I had a pretty good lead, so I was safe. But man, there at World 8, it ramped up a little bit.
Yeah, definitely. You are having a little bit of issues in and out, so I didn't know if you got to complete your thought there. But so going into race 2, we saw you change it up, Darpey. In 1-2, you played some safer strategies, but then you went into 3-4 and you challenged those potaboos. Were you still on your spreadsheet there for 3-4? Because man, it looked like you singed your hair on a couple of those potaboos.
Yeah, I sure did. I'm glad I made it through. But yeah, no, I was on the spread. Well, apparently I wasn't on the spreadsheet. That or it was wrong, but my rule was correct, but it was clearly not. Fortunately, it worked out. But yeah, it was supposed to be over, and it was definitely not that. So I'm glad it worked out. But yeah, those last 2 potaboos were pretty dang low.
Yeah. So Sky, unfortunately, this is the end of your road here in this tournament, but you played some fantastic matches. You got a win in there. And then also you hung neck and neck with, like I said, one of the best speedrunners in the world for 2 races. How do you feel about your performance, the tournament overall, and just this whole tournament in general?
It was a great experience. This was my first run racing experience altogether. And to get out there and really interact with the community more than I had before. So this was a good way to end it. I got, within just over a minute of my PB, which I think is a solid race time. And I will be back for any future races planned.
Excellent. That's good to hear. And you've also been a regular voice in the commentary for these races, so definitely appreciate that. And you've done a fantastic. You move on.
I will continue to be
excellent. We love to hear that. Darpey, you move on to face Supersonic in the next round of the losers bracket. That's going to be a heck of a battle. How do you feel about that?
Yeah, well, if I can just jump on to Skyehoppers real quick. Sky, man, that first race, man, you killed it.
Thank you.
Well, I mean, obviously, but if you were a half second faster, you win the first race. And then if you take your first race time, put it against my first race, you win. So the bad luck that happened, I guess. But congratulations on a heck of a time. Yeah, against Supersonic, obviously he's the better player. I mean, you can't even twist it where I'm better. But I do think I stand a chance. I think I can potentially. I just have to play as good as I can and see where the cards fall.
Yeah, absolutely. Like we said, anything can happen in these Warpless races, and definitely you have the ability and the time to keep up with Supersonic and take a win if things go well for you. So I know you're gonna do your best and give it a good shot, and we're looking forward to that race between the two of you. Let's everybody in chat congratulate our runners once again. Great job to both of you. That is going to wrap it up here for this round of the Warpless tournament. Looking forward to some more races in the future. So thanks for joining us, everyone. Thank you, Darpey. Thank you, Sky, for a great race, and GG's to both of you once again.
All right. Thank you.
Thanks, Scott. Thanks, Sky. And Dakas and Dino.
GG.